Hi, this is Ron with Wheel in the Sky, and today I've got a great interview of Jonathan Cain from 1982. This is from a TV show called Freeze Frame from Rockbill Magazine. Online Entertainment, in association with Rockbill, presents Freeze Frame, starring Doug Pringle. In 1982, Journey was on top of it. They were on the second leg of the Escape Tour, performing live in all the big arenas and stadiums across the country. And play it, Steve.
Wheel in the sky.
Online Entertainment, in association with Rockville, presents Freeze Frame. Doug Pringle's guest this week is Journey's Jonathan Cain.
I'm just wrapped up in my music and working. I'm a workaholic.
How do you react to being called corporate rock?
I think that's a lot of jealousy.
Stay tuned for the words and music of Jonathan Cain and Journey next on Freeze Frame.
So how did it come about that you joined Journey? Because you're the most recent addition to the band, aren't you?
Greg Rowley, this blew me away because, I mean, they were kind of hinting around that they were looking for a new keyboard player. And I didn't have any idea what they were talking about. Greg was mainstay, you know, he was a founding member of the band, you know, and I had no idea. When we were on the road with them, of course, during the Captured tour, we opened up the Babies. It was the Babies and Journey. And he was thinking about retiring, you know, and it was sort of a thing I guess I missed it, you know. I didn't know, but he was going to retire, and they were going to choose a successor for him. So little to my knowledge, they were spying on me, just kind of watching me from the side of the stage almost every night to see if I could, you know, what my performances were like. I had no idea this was going on, you know. They were just sort of watching me. And then I got back from the Babies tour after John hurt his knee. He pulled a cartilage. Right after the day that John Lennon died in Cincinnati, he went down over some mic cable and just tore his knee bad, and he couldn't walk for 3 months, so we were out, you know. That's when I got the phone call, right about the time that I had hit the depths of my depression, you know. They said, well, would you be interested in joining Journey? You know, in shock. And I was in shock for a week. And my wife and I decided, well, that was the move, you know, to make. It wasn't an easy decision emotionally for me, you know, but I knew I had to go. So we moved to San Francisco in January and started working on Escape. I had not even stepped on stage as a member of Journey by that time, so it was a brand new experience for me to be in a studio and, you know, not even play Journey songs yet. So we were creating Journey songs before we ever played them. I learned some of them, but we didn't rehearse until the actual show was ready to go on the road that spring. So I was surprised at the amount of input that the band gave me, and lyrically, I got a lot of freedom to sort of, you know, work with Steve Perry, and it was just amazing. We just had a real good sort of rapport, you know, with lyrics, and he sort of always wanted somebody to bounce stuff off of. So I said, God, I'm ready, let's go, you know. So we all jumped in right away. And I tried to take the music that they had and not to change it so much, but maybe define it, you know. I didn't want to change the sound of Journey or you know, come in there saying, I've got this song and I've got this song, and, you know. I was more or less going to try to earn my rights, you know, as part of the band, and before I was going to step in and say, well, you know, I want to do this or I want to do that. All they really wanted to do was take what they had and mold it, you know, some more, add another dimension to it. So we started doing some of the songs for the Ventura concert, which was our first date, and the reactions were really good. You know, people were, of course, eyeing me and checking it out. You know, it was real nerve-wracking. The first few gigs, I got to say, I was real scared.
When you're not on the road, or not making an album?
Well, I just made another album with my wife, Tawny, so...
How long have you been married?
A little over 2 years now, over 2 years.
And have you written a lot of the songs on the album?
Yeah, co-wrote all of them, yeah. So that's another outlet for me, songwriting. I like to ride my horse. I have a horse back in San Francisco, and I'm into skiing. I like to snow ski and sort of stay home and, you know, like Steve Perry and do nothing, you know, eat ice cream, watch TV. Be normal, you know.
Do you and your wife have dreams of buying something you haven't bought yet?
No, I don't think so. We're pretty straight city people when it comes to that. I think, you know, we just enjoy being with each other and working on projects and inspiring each other. I don't really, materially wise, I've never had, you know, I mean, I grew up in the Midwest where there's, you know, people work 9 to 5 and have their jobs, and I'm just wrapped up in my music and working. I'm a workaholic.
Have you discussed together what'll happen if her career takes off?
Oh yeah, it's going to be real interesting. I think it's the only way for young people in this business to really stay equal on an equal level. So we have a 2-career family, which I think is very 80s right now. I think it's a very fresh look at how the 2 people can exist equally. There isn't this, well, it's you know, it's your life and you ask me to live your life. Well, I'm not going to, you know. And it makes me feel better to know that I help her career and she helps mine. So, you know, it's just a small portion of our lives that we're going to actually do this if we look at our relationship on a long-term basis, right? So, you know, when we get old and geezers, like, you know, we can just kick back and say we did it.
Is there a baby Cain in the near future?
No, I won't have any children until the road thing's kind of finished, you know. I don't think it's fair. My mother was with me and tutored me until I was like 5 or 6, and that love sort of just stays with me. Now I still remember, you know, that she took the time, so I want to take the time.
Do you think it's a safe world to bring a child into? Would you have any qualms about that?
No, I think it is. I think it's a definitely. I mean, there's great things about these times. You know, there are exciting things, even though there are, you know, the bad things. But I don't know. I think it's exciting. The education thing may explode. Maybe, you know, move into a brand new direction with the computer thing. I mean, there's more awareness today. The kids are smart. When I was a kid, you know, there wasn't half the intellect that is going around now. I don't know whether the computers are rubbing off on us or what, but I just think the standard is higher for comprehending things. You know.
Looking 10 years down the road for mankind, would you have a positive feel about that?
I think we've got a lot to look forward to.
You make me weak. I wanna die.
The success of the ballads, Open Arms and Who's Crying Now, is there any sense of walking that tightrope between rock credibility and going over the edge to being a pop band?
And I think that's what's wrong with rock and roll today. I think there's too many people that are just shooting for one little wedge of an audience, you know. And we want our music to become universal, you know. I think you know, rock and roll is bigger than just, you know, that one cult or section of people. I think it should be appreciated by the world.
How do you react to being called corporate rock?
I think that's a lot of jealousy. I think that bands sort of burn out because they don't make the right moves decision-wise, you know, and they reject anything that's sort of logical. When we invest in our lights, sound, trucking, management, offices and stuff, we're taking a load off our brain by making it easy for us to tour out here, by making it more organized, by making our shows more efficient.
Wait a minute, do you think they're referring in corporate rock to what's going on behind the music or the music itself?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with our music. That's why it gets me mad. People are, you know, they're assuming that, well, you know, that's corporate rock. Wrong. I mean, it's organized teamwork that makes a great Super Bowl team a Super Bowl team. Let's face it, I mean, the San Francisco 49ers could not have done what they have done if they hadn't had a strong backbone. And Journey has a strong backbone in the business field, and it doesn't sneak into our musical. It just makes it easier.
And it's purely coincidental that both teams happen to be from San Francisco.
Right. Well, we like to say, you know, feels good to be number one.
I guess it was no accident that you joined Journey right before Escape, which is the album really that propelled Journey into superstar status. How much credit are you being given as a songwriter?
A lot. Yeah, I'm given all the credit. I mean, more credit than I thought I'd get. You know, my intentions, like I said before, was just to sort of define the music, and people are noticing, you know, the changes in the songs, and noticing the subtle things, you know, that I sort of added and suggested to the band, you know. And it's just like, it's always been a great band. It's just a little bit of fresh blood, you know, will always help you feel better.
How much did you have to do with Who's Crying Now?
And that was half Steve and I. Steve came over the house. I just sort of, like, you know, monitored Steve. He had the song, and I monitored the chord structure, and then he and I wrote the lyrics the next day, you know.
What about Open Arms?
That was my song, and Steve wrote the lyrics with me. See, he and I are kind of the romanticists of the band, and he and I sort of relate on that level, and when it comes to writing a love song, you know, we're a couple suckers for a love song. And when you can get something, you know, that has any kind of passion or meaning, you know, to your own life, it's even greater. And Open Arms was a song I wrote for my lady before we got married. And I had tucked it away in my back pocket because it was such a sentimental thing, you know. I thought, wow, it's too mushy, you know. Nobody'd ever understand this. And I played it for Steve, and he said, God, we got to finish that, you know. And I said, you really think so? He said, yeah. So we finished it in a day, and we brought it to the band, and they just stood there with their mouths open. They didn't know what to say.
Give me a quick thumbnail sketch of each member of Journey.
Steve Perry he's the worrier. He likes to worry. He you know, makes sure that everything's going smooth, and he has a lot of things on his mind, and he relaxes seldom, you know. I mean, he likes to kick back. I'll tell you what, he's a homebody. He likes to stay at home, and he likes to enjoy his private life. He doesn't like being, you know, infringed upon. He's not an outgoing person, except when he's on stage. Ross Valory is sort of a high-energy, make-you-laugh kind of guy, who's always got a joke and always, you know, can make you smile. Steve Smith is a dedicated musician. Never seen him with the drumsticks out of his hand, and a great proud father. I'd say is his new role as a father, and he's real into that. Neal is crazy. He's a crazy one. He is the genius, you know, the mad genius, I call him. You know.
And yourself?
Oh, God. I'm just a kid from Chicago, you know, that happened to walk in. It's like a Cinderella story. He walks into this thing, and...
Alright, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Please hit like and subscribe and the notification button, and I'll see you on the next one.